Ayush. Thanks a lot for doing this.
Thank you. No problem.
So I guess I will start at the big. We'll address the elephant in the room here. I think a lot of people have this question. So could you please tell us what you think is the major pros and cons of a spring intake, and
Okay.
whether you recommend it? Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll tell about myself first for people who don't know me. I'm also a Spring 21 admit. I also directly got an admit for Spring 21. I did not differ for any fall to a spring or anything as such. So I was at the exact same position where you guys are right now last year. And let's talk about the advantages. So you get one semester and summer to prepare for your internships. I think that's a big important point over here because the moment you come, if people are from CS, you will have algo. That is a tough course, and along with algorithms, if you have to prepare, give interviews, that might be a bit hectic. If you're coming in fall, but if you're coming in spring, you have spring, summer to prepare, and from fall you can start applying. So that is one advantage. Disadvantage is you don't get a chance to do internship in your first summer, but you can take a course like I am taking webtech right now. I don't think that is a big disadvantage, but you have to prepare. You have to come prepared with your finances. Like when you're coming to US, you have to make sure that you have funds for at least first year, because then you might get on-campus job and things might get better. Second disadvantage is what I have heard. Again, I have not faced it, so I'm not sure. When you join a company, because we will be graduating in December, you might start working from January, and you will just have 2 to 3 months to prove your worth so that the company can file H1B for you. Correct? But big companies like Amazon's, Google's, Apple's, so they file your H1B even before you start working. Mid-tier companies, I'm not sure, so I cannot comment much. But this is what I've heard, and when I was doing my research, I came to know. Does it answer the question or any more points?
Yeah, that answers it. Thanks a lot.
So personally, I'm very happy I came in spring because otherwise I would have never got this time to, apart from homework, coursework, and all that stuff, give time for YouTube. So I get a good amount of time. I mean, I have to remove time. I'm not saying I get an amount of time, but the load is a bit less. Once you are in spring, you can also attend the career fair to get a feel of it. You can't apply for jobs, but once you attend the fair, you know what to expect in the actual fall career fair. But people coming in fall have no idea about it, so you might be people in fall might have that disadvantage. Anyone next who I think Ankan, you raised your hand. You can unmute yourself.
Yeah, I also wanted to talk. I also wanted to know how research opportunities and college differ for students who admit in fall and students who admit in spring. Because I heard somewhere that at some universities, professor may tend to take fall students more because their research cycle generally starts from fall, and like then they end up open, or like then the positions, like most of the research position open for like around fall intake. So
Mhm.
spring students may find it more difficult to get these opportunities.
Mm, so that might be true for normal life, like when we did not have COVID. But this time, so if you backtrack, people did not come in fall. So most of us came in spring directly, correct? So at least for our batch, there were good amount of options in ISI labs and ICT labs. Many of my friends are also working as a research graduate assistant, and I don't think that is true. Positions keep opening up because the person who came in spring, he might graduate in December, so the position might open up for new people coming in spring. So I don't think that is true as per my experience. Jobs keeps on coming up, and you just have to keep applying. Yeah. Anyone else? Yeah, go ahead, unmute yourself.
Hi.
Yeah.
So, speaking of a spring intake, like, do like people who graduate in spring, do they also have a career fair? And if yes, how does it differ from a normal fall career fair?
Yeah, so one major difference which I have heard from my seniors, in spring we have little less number of companies, but how education system works in US, even if company is not coming to career fair, we can network and get referrals. Like in India, company come to hire people. That does not work the same over here. Companies will come here to sell themselves, but I think that is the only difference. So even if the company is coming to career fair or not coming to career fair, that should not be the major deciding factor. And yes, we have two career fairs, spring and fall. Yes, Parth.
Thank you, Ayush, for doing this. So I joined a little late, so I don't know if this has been answered. So for the first summer, since we cannot go for an internship, can we like work with a professor? So inside the college, are the work opportunities open?
Okay, let me talk about that. So you can work for 40 hours on campus in summers and 20 hours during spring and fall. So you can do that. It is not compulsory with professor. You can take any on-campus job. You can have multiple on-campus jobs also, provided the total number of hours that you are logging in is less than 40 or equal to 40. Yeah. Yes, Sakrit.
Hi Ayush. I have just read it in some blog that for people who are admitted in spring, there is a one less chance for H1B pick. So is that true? So
Okay,
I just
that is
want
what
to know.
I think that is what I explained before. So what happens is, if you're joining a company where you have to prove your worth and then the employer will file for your visa, H1B sponsorship, sorry, then that is a tricky situation. So the deadline is around April, and if we are coming in spring, we will graduate in December. We will start mostly working by January end. So we have very less time to prove ourselves and provide the documents. So that is what people say, that you might lose one chance. But there are many companies, by the time you get hired and you start working, they have already started the process of your H1B sponsorship. So it completely depends on which company you get started to work with. Like I have many friends who were in spring who got into Amazon, and before they started their job, their application was done, and they got their H1B lottery last year. Okay, there are 4 people. So I think Mihir.
Yeah, hi Ayush. So, like as you said, in summers we cannot apply for internship, but like we can have 40 hours of work on campus.
Yes.
Yeah. So basically, like what kind of work like we get? Like for example, on website it was written that we don't get RATs. So I asked an alumni, so she told me that the work is the same, just you get a separate role as research worker and everything. So, like,
Mhm.
what kind of work do we get in that summer? And is it preferable to do complete 40 hours work in first summer, or we should take course as you have taken web tech? So, like,
I
because
mean,
yeah,
let's answer the question one by one. First thing, different kind of works. So again, I'm also exploring. So the people I've spoken to, their works like you can be a grader, but to be a grader, generally what I have seen, professors prefer that you have taken that course and then you apply for the grader if it is for a master course. But if you're applying for a grader position to an undergrad course, you can just pitch to professor, give your resume, showcase your profile, and you might be selected. Chances are less. I mean, there are hardly few people who get grader job in the first semester itself. Apart from that, you have research assistant in the research labs, server admins in the wherever there are servers required. Then, because right now everything is on Zoom, then you have people to manage Zoom. I am working as the chat thing, which Unibuddy thing is there, the ambassador program. I'm working over there. So you have a huge amount of variety. I mean, yes, we don't have TA as such, teaching assistant and what is it called, RA, but they are different terms. If you keep applying, you will definitely find a job within 2 or 3 months. Just keep applying once you are here. And I am making a video on that. I'm just writing a script so that I don't, give out wrong information. So it should be out by next week. I'm also talking to people if they can share their experience. So that is why it is taking some time. That is the first thing. Second thing about 40 hours, it again depends how you manage your time. So WebTech is a workload heavy course. but I know I can manage stuff, and it depends on your priorities also. So I am going for a 40. I'm trying to get a 40 hours job, and I will manage web tech. So it all depends. The thing is, you have two things. If you get a job, then you have a chance to say no, or do you want to take a job or not. But the fact is, not everybody. I mean, everybody don't get an on-campus job. So if you're getting this, just take it.
Okay, like are those jobs for like it is a 40-hour job, so is it a
It is
specific, like in
not
India we have
completely.
9 to 7 job, so like is this that kind of job or any part-time, like we can work as like we are comfortable? Because if we take course plus job, then
Mhm.
like at the lecture timings also we have to manage all this.
No, so the thing is, the people who are hiring us, right, they know that we are students. So they do understand that we have exams, we have submissions. It is just that we have to convey to them. Point number one. Point number two, most of the time in the description, they do mention that, okay, X to Y amount of time they want people available. If they don't mention, it is completely flexible. Like, I'll give my example. The first one is the chatting thing. I am mostly stay up late at night, like 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock in the morning, night, uh, whatever, morning or night, and I do that work during that time because I know Indians are available at that time, so I can just chat directly. It all depends on how you manage your time and how you want your day to be. Second thing, it is not compulsory 40 hours. So my the chatting thing is like 5 to 6 hours a week. So I have one more for 15 hours. So totally becomes 20 hours. So it goes that way. And one more
Okay.
important point, which I feel personally, because I wanted a SSN card as early as possible. Even if you get a job for 2 hours, just take it. The moment you get SSN card, you can apply for credit cards, start building your civil score, and there's so many things.
And like does the like pay for the job vary, or it is a specific some
It
criteria?
varies. It varies from position to position. Average is $15 per hour. Maximum that I've seen is 20, but people have also told me that it can go to 25. But I have not seen any position till now.
Okay, and like the last question I have is like how should, like if you come in spring, then like for example if it is a general MSCS we have a 7 courses, and if it is
Mhm.
a specialization we have 8 courses.
Correct.
Then like how should we manage? For example, we take 2 courses in spring, then if we
I'll
take
I'll
one in
explain.
some.
I got your question. Let me explain from the start. So maximum number of courses that we can take is 2. That is 8 units per semester. How generally people do is, if they're coming in spring, 2 in spring, 1 in summer, and 2 in fall. So that makes it 2, 4, 5. And in the next spring, they go for 1 course with a reduced course load. And then summer, most likely they will have an internship. And the fall, again, they go for 1 course. So that is how they make for the 7 courses. If it is a specialization, then they can have spring 2 and fall 1. Generally, people prefer to keep fall. Generally, people prefer to keep last fall light because they have to focus mainly on interviews. You will have interviews every day. If you did not get a job by then.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Sorry, adding on to your answer, does that mean that most spring people do the course for 2.5 years instead of 2 years?
No, it is 2 years, right? Spring, fall, spring, fall. Summer is an extra advantage in
Oh,
between.
correct. Sorry.
Yeah. You also have one more option of graduating early, provided you get a job. So what you can do is 2 course, some spring, 1 in summer, 2 in fall. If you are lucky, you get a full-time job, then you can take 2 courses in next spring and get your degree done. But again, it depends. There are like 1 or 2 people out of 700 who will get the job early and they will do that. But the disadvantage is you are losing on that, what is it called? CPT period, the internship CPT period. Okay. Anyone next? Who wants to go next?
Hello, Ayush.
Yep.
I've heard that, I mean, for CS, I don't know about other courses. For CS, registering for a course is extremely competitive. I heard for fall. Is there any advantage
registering?
for spring? Yeah, registering for a
Yes,
course.
yes. So what happens is we have to apply for D clearance. It is same for spring and fall as both. I mean, there is no difference because like few courses like web tech and databases, they are easy. even though they're heavy, they are easy to get on more on GPA. So people prefer, taking those courses, and you might not get a seat if you want. Okay. Yeah. So the best thing is the day the registration is open, just go and apply for D clearance, and that should be done.
What exactly is D clearance?
Yes. So you have to apply to something called as D clearance so that you get a chance to apply for that course, because there's so many students, like the seats are limited. If the D clearance is cleared, only then you can apply for a course. But that does not hold true for the first semester. You will get 2 pre-cleared courses. If you're not happy with the 2 pre-cleared courses, you have to come here, get your passport verification done, and then apply for D clearance. If you get your D clearance cleared, then you can apply for that course. There's a catch in this if the classes are clashing or something. So the episode 3 with Hardik, he got into a small tricky situation. So do watch that out. Just check that video. He was explaining what happened to him when he applied for D clearance and dropped the course, and he got into a mess.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah.
Another thing I have a doubt is I want to pursue in higher education in management. So for me, to do that, I need to have some good leadership roles or something similar to that. I heard that fall students who joined in fall will have more advantage in that, like to join in clubs or involve in activities. So is that true? How spring people will cope up?
Nothing as such. So like I am also in the ISI team, AIS team, sorry, Indian Association team. So I don't feel that is true. So it all depends on if the position is open. The high chance that all the positions are open in spring, but nothing is open in fall, and vice versa. So it is all dependent on when people graduate, or somebody gets a better job and they move to a better place.
Yeah, got it.
Make sense?